therapy works for some people. It didn't work for me. About 6 or 7 years ago, I had to go to the mental hospital. I had to go. I didn't have no choice. I had to go. Then I get out, and my family's like, "Hey, Tyler, we're gonna get you some therapy and see if that works." And I was like, "Okay, I don't think it's gonna work. And just give it a try." I was like, "Okay, I'll give it a try." So at this point, I didn't trust nobody. I didn't want to open up to nobody because that's kind of what got me in there in the first place. And I really did need some help. That's where I got diagnosed with bipolar 1, and they told me it was a good experience for me. They taught me about breathing and meditating and all that, which works. I just don't do it like I should. So I go to therapy. They pay for some therapy sessions with this therapist that's in my town. And I go in there, and he's like, "Have a seat, Tyler. I've been doing this for about 30 years now." I was like, "Okay, all right." He's like, so just tell me about yourself. So I did, and then he wanted me to open up more, and I was kind of like how a baby just stubborn and they won't eat, like you put the spoon up to their mouth and nah. That's kind of how I was, because I knew how it was going to end. And I was like, "You want me to open up?" "Okay, I'll open up." And I did. Now, I didn't say nothing threatening or nothing to where the proper authorities needed to be contacted, but I mean, I guarantee you it wasn't his normal patient opening up. And I just started seeing his eyes just get big, and he got quiet. And then I even seen him kind of look behind him to make sure the door's right there, and then make sure, or like double check that he ain't got a seatbelt. He might need to put a seatbelt on for this shit. But how this works is that after the session, he's like, "Okay, I'll get with you next week, and we'll work you in, and we'll let you know, and you just come back next week." Well, after I opened up, I ain't heard nothing back from him since, and that was 6 years ago. And then, so I just told myself, I said, it takes me back to that moment in Major League with Charlie Sheen. If you ever watched Major League with Charlie Sheen and Toronto, he couldn't hit the curveball, and he was Haitian, I think, and he practiced voodoo, and he had that little doll, Joe Boo, and he was tired of striking out on these curveballs, and they really needed Toronto, and so he got tired of looking for Joe Boo to help him hit these home runs, hit the curveball. He looks at his bat and he says, "Fuck you, Joe Boo. I'm going to do it myself." And then he just blasts one out of the park. That's kind of how, I'm doing it now. I'm like, I'm having to just do it myself. And sometimes that can be overwhelming. But I've learned to the power of shutting the fuck up. Shut the fuck up sometimes. And sometimes I need to just go back in my little cave and hide away and shut the fuck up. But anyways, if you ever tried therapy, let me know. Let me know, did it work for you, or did you have a similar experience, Anyways, bye-bye.